Welcome back, Dave. We're back. We got a good long one today for you.
Pause.
So we got three segments.
All right.
First, we're going to start off with NFL recap. Then we're going to head over to Nothing But Greens. And
All
then
right.
we're going to do an NFL game show called Survivor Jeopardy.
Okay.
But first up, we got the NFL recap. So, Dave, let's talk about the Vikings defeating the 49ers. What'd you make of that one?
I mean, it obviously showed Sam Darnold is that guy out there in Minnesota right now. I think he was executing well out there. Justin Jefferson with that 97-yard bomb was insane.
Did you see the ref on that play?
I did not.
Dude, he was running faster than the safeties.
Oh, that's terrible. But the 49ers were not executing well, to say the least. I mean,
They just got straight up outplayed, I think.
yeah, I don't think Purdy was
Purdy had
doing very
300
well.
and a touchdown. He had one pick.
They started off slow, I thought, though.
They ran 100, yeah. Their defense got outplayed. Their offense got outplayed.
But Sam Darnold is looking very nice.
But if the Vikings play like that every week, I don't think they'll have a problem.
Absolutely not.
They are 2-0, leading the division.
So you think if Sam Darnold keeps playing like this the rest of the year that McCarthy will come back and start?
No, I mean, McCarthy's out the whole season.
I know. I'm saying next season. Yeah. I feel like they do the same thing the Patriots are doing.
I think they let him keep sitting. If he wins, he wins.
Absolutely.
And the Lions lost. The Packers lost week 1.
So
and the
many
Bears
upsets.
lost. Yeah, so what about the Buccaneers taking down the Lions? Is it time to panic for the Lions or no?
Man, I wouldn't say so, especially because I think the Buccaneers are a little underrated. I think they're a killer team. I mean, Mayfield is awesome. I love Mayfield. Always been a fan of his.
I think they're fine.
Evans, I think Godwin is kind of taking over that wide receiver one role. I mean,
Godwin showed up. He has 200 yards on the season already.
Evans wasn't really in the game that much last
Evans
game.
was kind of out that game, but, that's probably their game plan heading into it.
Yeah.
Was to shut him down.
No, Godwin's looked nice.
What about the Saints? Saints look nice.
I told you. Can we recap?
Yeah, we'll do a recap. David's bold take from last week was Derek Carr would throw for 300 and beat the Cowboys on the road, which is almost accurate, completely accurate.
Almost.
He threw for about
a little
250.
bit less. A little bit less than 300.
Threw for about 250, but they still dominated. But I would argue that was mostly, not mostly, but a large portion of it was Kamara's work.
Yeah, I agree.
But 91 points through 2 games, dude. It's pretty good.
Dude.
Look, yeah, so we got it right here.
Rashid Shaheed is a
Rashid Shaheed,
bad
96
dude.
yards, 4 catches, 1 touchdown. If he scores, it's going to be on a 50-plus yard play.
He's
that kind of guy.
Absolutely.
So we, coming into the season, we were arguing if it's going to be the Falcons or the Bucs that win the division. But now, if the Saints keep playing like this,
they're looking good. Dude. I probably had them at 4.
Dude, can we go as far as to say that if they keep playing like this, there's a chance that they play at home in February?
I mean, it's not a terrible
Is that too
take.
far?
Look at the score against the Cowboys, dude. And the Cowboys aren't some no-name team.
Yeah, but what if they are and we just don't know it yet?
I don't think they are. They just put
I
up
don't think they are either.
30 points on the Browns' defense.
No, they do look good if they play like that but they have to play like that, I think. Coming up next,
I want to know how McKinstry is playing.
Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs. That's their next 3 games. So it's
Eagles,
a tough draw.
Falcons, and Chiefs.
It's a tough
the Saints.
Draw. Yeah.
Oh, so okay. After these 3 games, I think we'll know a decent bit where their season is.
Because Falcons, you can argue that they haven't looked good, but it's still a divisional opponent and could be tough there.
Yeah, I think after these next 3 games, we'll definitely know.
We'll know for sure. Like Cardinals blowing out the Rams 41-10.
That was insane to me. Because the Rams just played a heck of a game against the Lions, and then they come out and lose like that.
Yeah, Sam, pull them stats up. Yeah, okay. Kyler Murray, 17 for 21, 266, 3 touchdowns. James Conner over 100. Marvin Harrison over 100, which
Marvin Harrison he just got it in gear, I guess.
I guess so. But
the crazy part is it's 4 receptions.
4 receptions,
130 yards, 2 touchdowns.
So that kind of scares me though, because I feel like if he doesn't hit that deep shot every game,
then he may not be so much of an impact player. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was like 9 targets, 8 catches, 130 yards, I feel better. I don't know how many targets he had. Go to player stats.
I mean, hopefully no more than 6, right?
You're on the Rams.
They don't even show targets on there. I would hope it's no more than 6.
I would hope it's more than 6, but
well, if he only had 4 catches, I feel like that's a problem.
I don't know. But the Cardinals, they looked really good. But do you think that makes the Bills win over them more impressive, or do you think it just makes the Cardinals look? Or do you think this is a fluke? Is what I'm basically getting at. Is this a fluke, or is this how the Cardinals are going to play all year?
I don't think it was a fluke on the Cardinals' part. I think it was a fluke on the Rams' part.
Okay.
Because they have Puka out. That's a
What are the
big
chances
deal.
the Cardinals win the division?
Low.
Low?
Very low.
Really?
Very low. That's a stacked division, dude.
I mean, they just took care of the Rams.
That's low. That's a fluke. It has to
I can't.
be.
What are their next 3 games? Check that. Check the Cardinals' schedule. Because if they play like...
Because, I mean, Cup got injured, too. Did he get out of the game? What time did he get out of the game?
Yeah, he left. Yeah. Let's see. So, next up they have Lions. Oh, Lions. Okay, then they have the Commanders. And then the Niners. So, that's a tough draw besides maybe the Commanders there. But, well, again, we'll know. We'll know after these 3
Again,
games.
it's a 3-game stretch until we know.
Niners, Cardinals. That might actually be a good one. Oh, it's on the road for them.
Kyler Murray I feel like he cannot get sacked.
No, he looked good, too. He looked good. Next up, let's talk about Caleb Williams' performance on Sunday Night Football. I'll let you go first on this one.
For me, I think it was an offensive line problem.
Okay.
I think that, and also the Texans defense is good. You can't say that, Caleb Williams should have gone out there and torched them. They're a heck of a defense, and they blitz well. And their offensive line just kind of
Look, I'll say this.
Made Caleb Williams not look great.
It's partly C.J. Stroud's fault. C.J. Stroud has ruined what we think of rookie quarterbacks for a long time, because now every time we have a rookie quarterback, we're going to compare him to C.J. Stroud's rookie year. And Caleb Williams is what a rookie quarterback was supposed to look like. There was a lot of things from week 1 that he cleaned up on some drives early in the game, and then they started blitzing him, and that's a tough defense to go up. And he got pressured, and he didn't like that. He tried to untuck the Superman cape a little bit. He needs to kind of put that away.
I mean, there was at points in the game where he had 5 guys on him. He got away from 4 and barely got hit by the 5th one.
It didn't help that his play calling. I didn't like his play calling, and I didn't like,
I
their
think
interior line is.
I think they're
terrible.
too basic on the play calls, and I think they kind of had like a target on their backs coming into it. I mean, you saw C.J. Stroud at the Texans. They kind of just came up and popped out and performed, and nobody thought they would.
From the Bears, 13 points. I feel like 19 points for the Texans. I don't think that should have been this close.
I mean,
with what the Texans have,
I think everybody knew the Bears' defense was good.
The Bears' defense is good.
Now, with all their additions, DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, they got Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams was coming into this really hyped up. They had DJ Moore, and then they drafted Rome. I mean, so everybody's thinking the Bears are going to come in and be a beast of a team. I think they had too high of expectations.
I mean, you knew that the expectations were, especially for a rookie quarterback.
Right. And with as much hype as Caleb has.
But also, none of the receivers that he has are what we thought they were going to be. I mean, DJ Moore's looked okay. Keenan Allen's hurt.
Yeah, I think DJ's done the best out of all of them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Rome has been almost non-existent.
DeAndre Swift hasn't been living up to the hype, in my opinion.
And then his offensive line has played horrible.
Yeah.
So he's not really getting any favors done there.
13-9 still with the Texans, like you said, though.
I feel like that game
Bears still played a close game.
I feel like it should have been a much larger win for the Texans. But
yeah. So I think the Bears defense.
Bears up next, they have the Colts, Rams, and Panthers. So not bad. I think those are all 3 winnable games for them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they turn out. But I mean, they could have won this game. They had chances to win this game.
Their defense held them in
couldn't
with
put
contention.
anything together. Yeah. Ravens fall to 0-2. And if you'll remember from our Game Picks podcast, David said that the Ravens would be able to score infinite points on the Raiders. His score prediction was infinite to 3 or something like that. And they lost 26-23.
It's a disappointment. Nobody thought that.
Look, Gardner Minshew outplayed Lamar, in my opinion. I mean, Zamir White was non-existent. They still got the win. 9 carries, 24 yards.
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had a heck of a game.
Devontae Adams had a great game, yeah. They just, I mean,
Derrick Henry couldn't get anything
They just
going.
played to the Raiders level is all I think it was. They just straight up did not play better than the Raiders.
If you gave them a receiving core, oh my god!
And that was at home. That was at home. Defense let up 26, which is it's not absolutely terrible, but it's not ideal. It's pretty par for what you want. But that game was, it was. The Ravens had a little bit of a lead at one point.
I kid you. I was about to say I went to sleep before halftime. I'm not gonna lie, and I woke up and they lost. I was like, "What happened?" And then I saw all these recaps of Devontae Adams being parallel with the ground, catching a ball 5 yards outside of the bounds.
Played well. Minshew played well for the most. 30 for 38, 270, and a touchdown and 1 interception. That's pretty good.
I did say he's going to come in and be that guy, though. They're paying him that amount of money.
David, you had another good pick this week. You had your score prediction for the Packers-Colts game was 14-10, and that game was 16-10.
Close.
For the Packers. Dude, the Colts looked terrible. Anthony Richardson looked horrible. 17 for 34. Completed half of his passes, 3 interceptions.
Can we talk about Michael Pittman Jr. being out of the equation?
Alex Pierce is taking on that role. So if you
Alec
need a
Pierce, waiver wire pickup. I actually picked him up in one of my leagues.
Yeah.
Those are one of the guys I shouted out to y'all to go pick him up in the waiver wire.
I think they just got out coached. I think that's what it was. Malik Willis, 12 for 14, 122 and a touchdown. They just let him kind of play.
You could tell the difference. At one point they were running a triple option.
They just let him play an easy game. They let him take the check downs and the screens and the
LaFleur was doing good. Well, he's doing well with
spread it out.
He was adapting good.
Yeah, go to the Packers receivers.
Josh Jacobs, 32 carries, 150 yards.
That's where the load came from. 62, 26, 16, and 9. No one was over 62 yards. No one really had an impact game. If you were going to tell people to sit Jaden Reed this week, you would have been spot on.
Yeah, very true.
2 receptions, 9 yards.
But they spreaded the ball out well. They got it into everybody's hands as they wanted to.
All right, so
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I thought Javon Bullard is playing nice.
Javon Bullard played
He's
really great.
One of the safeties that I had. Yep. I loved the way he played. Physical dude.
Out of Georgia. All right, so the next segment we got is nothing but greens, and we're going to do this different. Normally we come to you with ones that we've already checked and already looked at, but we're going to do a kind of a live, we're going to do a little research here.
Okay.
So when we think about this game tonight, Falcons-Eagles, how do we think it's going to go? Do we think? I think A.J. Brown's out.
Yeah.
Kirk just came off a not great week.
I think Saquon receptions would be looking good. Devontae.
I think Saquon, anytime touchdown or receptions, you're looking good there.
Devontae, obviously, you got to think that he's probably going to have a bigger role.
So if I had to pick one right now, I would say the one that comes to my head first is Saquon receiving yards.
That or anytime touchdown.
Or anytime touchdown. So those two for Saquon. I think Saquon will have a big night tonight.
I think depending on...
I think they'll keep it on the ground, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Depending on the line, I would maybe bet the under on Jalen passing yards. Like if it was like 240 or 250, I would bet the under on that.
On the Falcons side of the ball, what do you think about Bijan, London, Pitts, Kirk?
That's the hard part about it because the Eagles' defense is so good. I don't know.
The Eagles' defense is good, but they let up a lot of points to the Packers, and Jaden Reed went crazy in that game. So that could be a game where Drake London breaks out.
It could very well. Same thing with Kyle Pitts as well.
Kyle Pitts had a touchdown last week. I would go look up what Kirk Cousins' passing yards line is.
If it's under 200, that may not be a bad bet.
Let's see. 225.
It's a little high in my opinion.
I wouldn't be mad at taking the under right there. But I don't know. I just think 1.5 passing touchdowns. I would stay away from the Falcons just because we don't.
If you look at it in the past games,
we just don't have a grasp on the Falcons yet, though, which just makes it hard. Because they played terrible last week. Would they score 10 points? He's hit the over on 6 of the last 9 games. And it's all been almost
but these
300.
are past in the season. That's when he was playing for the Vikings. Was it not?
Right. Which, he had Jefferson and Addison.
Right.
So
I don't know. It's a little high to me. 225 on the Eagles.
I feel like that's right at about. That's a good line.
Yeah, that's Vegas for you.
So I think the Falcons are tough if you wanted to go there.
I think there's one team to bet on, though. It's probably the Eagles.
Yeah, for sure. Because
Like,
I feel like we have a better grasp on their players
Yeah.
and what they're going to end up doing. So, Saquon, anytime touchdown, Saquon over on receiving yards is the best bets for the day, for the night.
Yeah. I'm trying to
next
think
up,
on anything on the Falcons, but I can't.
don't think, I mean, you could go with a sack, but I think, Eagles' offensive line is good enough.
Yeah, if there's a team to bet on, I'd be betting on the Eagles. I
Maybe
mean,
an
this isn't a
interception from
game.
Jalen Hurts.
I don't think this is a game where you're putting a 4 or 5 leg parlay. I mean, it should be maybe like a
If
2
I'm
or a
putting
3.
I think an interception from Jalen Hurts is your best bet if you're going to pick a Falcons player.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. They have a good secondary.
If you're going to pick a Falcons, winning bet. All right, so next up, Dave, we got a new segment. We got our NFL game show, and this week we have Survivor Jeopardy, okay? And so what that is David has 3 lives, and I'm going to put his lives in the corner of this video somewhere. And he has 3 lives, so you can't get 3 questions wrong or else you're out.
Okay.
You have to get to 2,000 points. That's the goal.
Okay.
So it's just like Jeopardy. We have questions ranging from 100 to 500, and we have 4 categories. The first one, we gave you a little help with this category. It's the New York Giants.
Okay.
Second category is the 2023 season. Our third category is week 2, so the past week that we just witnessed. And then team facts is the 4th category. So, again, you have to get to 2,000 points before you run out of lives. If you can do that, you win the game show. You go home happy.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Dave. So first up, pick your category and your pointage.
I think we'll take it easy, 100 points, and we'll go 100 for the New York Giants.
All right. Which star pass rusher did the Giants trade for in the offseason?
Mr. Brian, the Spider-Man Burns.
All right, starting off easy. There's a free 100. All right. Next up,
Let's go week 2 for 200.
week 2, 200. What was the lowest scoring game of the week? Combined points. This past week 2. It was not the Saints and Cowboys.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
If you get in trouble, you can help. Sam. Ask Sam back there, our researcher.
Can I ask who the Broncos played?
You don't remember?
No. They played the Seahawks?
No, they played the Seahawks week 1.
Who they play this week?
They played a team. I don't want to.
So that's probably it. Who did they play?
It was Pittsburgh and Denver.
Was it really?
Yeah. Russell Wilson's return game, except he didn't play. It's not the.
That was an overtime. That was an overtime match, but that came down to the wire.
It was a close game. I'll let
I think
you know.
was it not the Colts and the Packers?
Colts and Packers. Do you remember the score on that one?
16-10.
And then, so you're down to those 2 games, right?
I think.
Okay. So, what's your final answer? Dude, you don't want to get a question wrong with this. This is a 200, bro. You gotta think.
Man, I fell asleep right at that time. I'm gonna go with the.
All right, well, think about the teams that are playing. You were on the right track, I feel like.
Why can't I not remember? I remember watching the end of the Steelers game. Let's go Broncos and Steelers.
All right. Let's see.
Let's
That
go.
is correct. Broncos Steelers 19 combined points. David is at 3. What are you at?
500 now? No, 400.
300.
Wait, 300. Yeah.
300, 100, and 200.
Math is hard.
All right.
Let's do 2023 season.
Okay.
Let's go 300.
300.
A little challenging.
Who was the runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
That means they didn't get it.
They didn't get it. They came second
That came second.
last year.
Okay, so obviously it was C.J. Stroud.
She just tried to win it. Yeah.
Who's a runner-up? Offensive Rookie of the Year.
This wasn't it could have been.
Was it even close? I don't think it was close. Surely it wasn't
you mean
close.
Stroud and the second place person?
Right.
I don't think it was close in voting terms, but I think this dude was clear-cut second.
Okay.
It couldn't have really been anyone else. I mean, he set records.
Oh, was it Puka?
There you go, Puka Nakua. All right, David's off to a good start. You have all 3 lives left, and you're at 600.
Let's do Team Facts 200.
Team Facts 200. Which is the only team that does not have an owner or standard ownership?
Dude, why is that on the 200s?
Dude, this is pretty easy. I feel like everyone knows this.
I actually have no clue. So I have a 1 in 32 chance. Like,
I thought you would know this. I mean, dude, that's why it was a 200.
who's the only team that does not have an owner?
Well, if you're, and you know it's not the Cowboys.
Right. I know it's not the Patriots. I know their owner.
Okay.
Robert Kraft, right?
There you go.
He created Kraft mac and cheese. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
I'll give you. All right. So
Can you give me a division?
I'm not giving you a division. I'll give you AFC.
That's a
NFC.
1 in 4. That's harder than blackjack.
I'll give you NFC,
Okay.
and I'll give you a lifeline. You can ask Sam. That's your first lifeline.
Jamie. Wait.
You can go multiple choice,
Okay.
or
Phone a friend. I think we need to bring that back.
all right, or
Phone
phone
a friend.
So you can use Sam, phone a friend, or multiple choice.
I'm
Those are your
phoning a
three
friend right here.
Who are you asking?
Randy. Randy definitely knows this.
Okay.
Oh, he may be at work. Oh, please don't be at work.
So he's
Wait,
gonna,
so if he doesn't answer, is that still taking the phone a friend option out?
no, we'll let you get someone that answers.
Okay.
Put Randy on the mic.
Wait, let's call again. I may have been. Oh wait, here he is. Here he is. Yo. Hey, this is for the podcast. You're on air. I got a question for you. This is phone a friend.
Sure.
Who is the only team that does not have an owner or standard ownership? It's in the NFC.
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
That is correct.
Let's go. All right, appreciate you, Randy.
Yep.
All right, see ya. Let's
Randy
go. What
coming in
a
clutch.
phone a friend. The one Packer, or no, the other Packers friend I was gonna call after that. So awesome.
Wow. All right. So Dave, you are at 800 points. You got all 3 lives left. It's looking good.
Wait, I did not know that. So they just don't have an owner?
That's a nonprofit.
Really?
Yeah.
Legit. All right, cool. Let's go Giants 200. Let's get up to 1,000.
All right. Who did the Giants select in the 3rd round of the 2024 NFL draft this past year? So think about their draft.
Oh, this draft pick?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
this past
They
draft.
went Malik. The second one, who's the second one? Oh, Andrew Phillips.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. Hold on. Andrew Phillips. Malik Neighbors. Tyler Nubin. It had to be Andrew Phillips.
Final answer.
Watch out. No. We didn't draft an offensive lineman. We didn't draft another receiver. We didn't draft a running back. Yeah. Final answer, Andrew Phillips.
That is correct. So David, you are now at 1,000. 1,000 more to go.
Man. All right, let's knock out the hundreds. 2023 season 100.
2023 season 100. Who led the league in passing yards last season?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, you don't remember?
No.
All right. You got it. You can still phone a friend. You can still
Multiple
phone Sam.
choice or Sam. Let's do multiple choice. That'll narrow it down.
Multiple choice?
Multiple choice.
All right. You got Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Tua,
I'm retarded.
and Dak Prescott.
I'm retarded. Ooh.
Who are you going?
No, it's definitely Tua.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. It may be Dak. It may be Dak. I know it's not Goff or Purdy.
You know it's not Goff or Purdy.
I know it's not Purdy.
Okay.
And the Cowboys throw. Man. I'm going Tua.
It is Tua. That's 100 points. You're at 1.
I used a
One.
multiple choice on 100. All right. Week 2, 100.
Week 2, 100. Which team scored the least amount of points with 3?
What does that mean?
Which
With
team scored,
3?
Which team scored the least amount of points? They had 3 points. This was the lowest amount of points scored in week 3 or week 2.
Oh, like that's how many points they scored?
Right.
Was it the Broncos?
Is that your final answer?
They had, so the Steelers would have had 16. 16 to 3.
Yeah, you remember we told you it was 19 total?
How'd they get 16 points, though? They would have to go for, like, touchdown twos. I don't think they did that.
You can use another lifeline on 100?
No, I'm not doing it. Just let me think.
Oh, you're thinking hard. I can tell. You can see those gears turning.
I mean, there's no other team to go with. I think every team scored a decent amount of points. Go with the Broncos. If I lose one here, I got 2 more lives.
All right. Carolina Panthers, dude. Broncos had 6. All right. David lost a life.
Tried and true. Let's go back to the Giants 300. I'm going to try and knock these all out.
Giants 300. Which quarterback had more passing yards last season? Tommy DeVito or Tyrod Taylor?
DeVito, easy.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
It was Tyrod Taylor.
I knew that was a trick question, too.
It's Tyrod
I knew
Taylor.
that was a trick question.
David's down to 1 life, and he has 900 to go.
Team facts 100.
Okay. Going back. Who is the newest NFL franchise?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead and count me out.
Hey, you still have your lifeline.
Sam, you want to help me on this?
I can try, yeah.
All right. Hold on. Think about it, okay?
Bro,
You know it's not the Packers.
my only person is the Panthers. That's the only thing I know. Maybe. I mean, they came in like 2001.
The Panthers?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a conference.
I think I might got this, to be honest.
What are you thinking?
Well, like, I used to go through highlights and I used to see the Oilers a lot.
Okay.
And I was like, I think that was like either late 90s or early 2000s. And they went to Houston.
Okay. So you think it's the Texans?
I want to say it's the Texans.
It is in the AFC. I'll give you that.
All right, Sam, we'll go with the Texans.
It is the Houston Texans.
Air
That's
bump.
another 100 points. In David's bank. Dave, you got 1 life left. You got 800 to go.
Man, that's tough.
You got 500. All the 500s, all the 400s.
Should I try and rip? No, I'm gonna try and. Okay, I'm gonna try and get up to 500. So
Okay. You need a 300.
let's go. Man, week 2, 300. Hopefully, it's a game that I watched.
Who led the league in rushing yards in week 2?
If I get this wrong, I'm going to send my phone through the TV.
Okay.
It's between 2 guys. That's it.
Who?
Alvin Kamara and Josh Jacobs.
Okay. You are correct. Those are the
And
top
I think
2.
Alvin Kamara got a little bit more receiving yards than rushing.
Okay. So is Josh Jacobs?
Yeah,
your
I promise you, I'm going to say Josh Jacobs is going to be 132, and Alvin Kamara's going to have like 146. I'm going
Let's
to
see.
say Josh Jacobs.
It is.
go!
It is Josh Jacobs.
Okay, I'm 500 for the win right here,
All right, 500 for the win.
and I have no lifelines.
You don't have any lifelines left, so I mean, if you don't know, you're taking a shot in the dark.
Okay, so we have to go with the Giants.
Is that the one you want to go with?
These are my boys, my ride or dies.
I think that was the right decision.
Let's go.
Who was second in tackles last season behind Bobby Okereke?
Oh, that's tough.
Who was
That's tough.
second?
That's
Bobby Okereke
tough.
led with like 140, 150,
Yeah,
something
he
like that.
balled out.
So who was second? What's your thought process here? Who are you thinking?
Right now, I'm thinking McKinney.
The newest Green Bay Packer?
If it's Micah there's no way it's McFadden. It wasn't Thibodeau. It's definitely not Dexter. There's no other dudes.
It's tough. I mean, this is win or lose right here.
You know what? I'm going to go with my boy, Xavier McKinney.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Let's see if David won the $1 million.
Yes!
It is Xavier
Let's
McKinney.
go!
It is Xavier McKinney. So David, you've
Let's
achieved
go!
2,000. You want to see how far you can
Let
get?
me just
though?
add on to it. Let me be a little
All
cocky.
right.
500, 2023. No. 500, week 2.
Week 2. All right. Which quarterback had a perfect passer rating in week 2?
Tough. But
This
not
one's I
tough.
think is easy. I think it's easier than the other 500s at least. So you got a chance here.
Okay.
Set a new record here. Use up your lifelines.
I feel like pulling up the games wouldn't be wrong. That's not a cheat.
No, that's a cheat
How?
because
If I
it's
just pull up who played who?
Look, you already won. We don't need to give you anything else, bro. I mean, just think about who had a good performance this week.
I know. I'm doing it.
Do it out loud.
I think Sam Darnold played well,
Okay.
but I can't remember if he had a little hiccup. He had an interception.
Okay. You can't really get a perfect pass rating with an interception. You're right.
Who else played a good game? Ooh, Derek Carr had a good game. Did he get a pick?
I don't know.
Let's go with Derek Carr. 44 points.
Final
You have to have
answer?
a perfect pass. Yeah.
All right,
Derek
well,
Carr.
this is where you end. It was Kyler Murray.
Dang it.
266, 17 for 21, 3 touchdowns, and a 158.3 passer rating. So, but David, you did win.
I did win.
You got to 2,000. You got to the target score, so you survived. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Let's
give
go.
a round of applause for David.
Can we have those sound effects like they do on TV shows right there?
We'll put the
Okay.
applause track
Yeah.
in. All right, well, Dave, that's all we got for today. We're going to end it right there. We'll see you back on Wednesday
Absolutely.
for another good one. Follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
They're going to be
the
like
rest.
right here.
They're always right here, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.